Hey! Stop what you're doing for a sec. I'm about to drop a secret that's gonna flip your plant game upside down. You know that trash item you throw away every single day without a second thought? Yeah, that one. What if I told you it's actually liquid gold for your plants? Like, seriously, some of the best plant food is just sitting in your trash bin, and you've been missing out this whole time. If your plants look sad, droopy, or just plain bored, you don't need to go out and buy some fancy fertilizer or spend a ton of cash on plant food. Nope. You can actually recycle this everyday waste and turn it into the secret weapon your plants have been begging for. I'm talking about something that's super easy to get, completely natural, and it's already in your kitchen right now. Used coffee grounds. Yep, those gritty leftovers from your morning brew. If you're like most people, you just dump them in the trash or toss them in the compost bin without thinking twice. But those coffee grounds, they're packed with nutrients that plants crave. And here's the thing. Not only does this help your plants grow bigger, greener, and healthier, but it also means less waste going into the landfill. You're doing the planet a solid and giving your plants a power boost. It's like a win-win-win. I'm going to show you exactly why used coffee grounds are such a game changer for your indoor and outdoor plants, how to use them without hurting your green babies, and a couple of insider tricks so you can make the most out of this free plant fertilizer. So if you're tired of killing plants accidentally, or you just want to give your garden that extra edge without spending money on chemicals or fancy mixes, this video is for you. Stick around, because this is not just a quick tip. It's a total plant glow-up hack that'll have your friends asking what your secret is. I promise you, after this video, you're gonna look at your morning coffee leftovers in a whole new way. Alright, ready? Let's dive in and turn your trash into pure plant gold. Alright, now that I've got your attention, let me tell you exactly what this magic trash item is. Drumroll, please. It's used coffee grounds. Yep, those leftover gritty bits you scoop out of your coffee maker or French press every morning. That stuff you probably just throw away or toss in the compost bin without a second thought? That's the gold mine for your plants. So why exactly are coffee grounds so amazing for plants? First off, coffee grounds are packed with nutrients plants love, mainly nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium. If you've ever looked at a fertilizer package, those three letters, N, P, and K, are like this superhero trio of plant food. Nitrogen helps your plants grow lush, green leaves. Phosphorus is great for strong roots and flowers. And potassium keeps your plants healthy and helps them fight off diseases. But here's the cool part. Coffee grounds don't just feed your plants, they also help improve the soil itself. When you mix coffee grounds into the soil, it helps the soil hold water better. That means your plants don't dry out as fast, and you don't have to water them as often. Pretty sweet, right? Plus, coffee grounds make your soil crumbly and loose, which is exactly what plants like. They hate compacted, hard soil because it makes it tough for roots to breathe and grow. Coffee grounds add a nice texture that lets air and water move around easily, so roots can stretch out and drink up all the nutrients. Another hidden superpower of coffee grounds is how they boost the tiny microbial life in your soil. These little microbes and worms are the unsung heroes of your garden. They break down organic matter and turn it into stuff plants can actually use as food. Coffee grounds are like a buffet for these helpful microbes. Feeding them means they work harder to make your soil rich and full of life. And guess what? Using coffee grounds is also a smart way to cut down on waste. Instead of tossing them in the trash where they'll just rot and create greenhouse gases, you're putting those grounds right back into the earth, helping your plants, the environment. Now, before you get too excited and dump a whole pot of coffee grounds on your plants, there's a little catch. Coffee grounds are slightly acidic, which is awesome for plants that love acidic soil like azaleas, blueberries, and tomatoes. But if you have plants that prefer neutral or alkaline soil, you want to use coffee grounds carefully so you don't throw off their soil balance. So yeah, coffee grounds are nutrient-rich, improve soil moisture, texture, and health, and even help the planet. No wonder people call them for plants. Stick around because in the next part, I'll show you exactly how to use these coffee grounds the right way so your plants get the best benefits without any risks. Plus, I'll share some cool hacks to make your own coffee ground plant food at home. Alright, let's keep going and turn that trash into a plant feast. Alright, now that you know why used coffee grounds are plant gold, let's talk about how to actually use them the right way. Because here's the thing, just dumping a huge pile of coffee grounds on your plants isn't the best idea. You want to be smart about it so your plants get all the good stuff without any hiccups. First up, the easiest way to use coffee grounds is by mixing them into your potting soil or garden soil. If you're planting new plants or repotting, just add about 1 part coffee grounds to 3 parts soil. Mix it well so the grounds don't clump up and your soil stays loose and airy. This helps your soil get all those nutrients and keeps it light enough for roots to spread out nicely. If you're not ready to repot or plant but still want to feed your plants, you can sprinkle a thin layer of coffee grounds right on top of the soil around your plants. But be careful, don't pile it on thick. A light dusting is enough. Too many grounds can make the soil too acidic or compacted, and that's not what you want. Here's a little trick. Dry your coffee grounds before using them. Fresh, wet grounds can sometimes get moldy if they sit too long in your soil. Spread them out on a tray or newspaper and let them air dry for a day or two. That way they're easier to handle and better for your plants. If you're a composting fan, coffee grounds are like a superstar ingredient. They're what composters call a green, rich in nitrogen, which balances out the brown stuff like dried leaves, paper, or straw that's rich in carbon. Adding coffee grounds to your compost pile helps speed up the breakdown process, so you get rich, healthy compost faster. Another cool way to use coffee grounds is to make a simple coffee ground tea. And no, not the drink for humans, but a nutrient-rich water for plants. Here's how you do it. Just soak used coffee grounds in a bucket of water overnight, or for about 24 hours. Then strain the grounds out and water your plants with the liquid. It's like giving them a nutrient-packed drink that helps boost their growth. Now, remember, not every plant loves coffee grounds. Acid-loving plants like blueberries, azaleas, gardenias, and tomatoes will be super happy with a bit of coffee ground love. But plants like succulents or those that prefer neutral soil might get stressed out if you add too much. So, always start small and watch how your plants react before you go all in. One quick warning. If you're using coffee grounds around seedlings or very young plants, be gentle. The grounds can sometimes be too strong for delicate roots, so wait until your plants are a bit bigger before adding coffee grounds. Also, don't forget to avoid using coffee grounds from flavored or oily coffee blends, because those can have chemicals or oils that might harm your plants. Stick to plain used coffee grounds from regular coffee for the safest results. So there you have it. Multiple simple ways to turn your coffee waste into plant food magic. Whether you're mixing grounds into soil, sprinkling them lightly, composting, or making a coffee ground tea, your plants will thank you with bigger leaves, stronger roots, and better blooms. In the next part, I'll wrap things up with some quick tips and reminders to make sure you're using coffee grounds like a pro and not making any common mistakes. Plus, I'll share how this easy hack fits into a bigger picture of caring for your plants and the environment. Let's keep this green journey going. Alright, you've learned how amazing coffee grounds are for your plants and how to use them the right way. Before you rush to grab every coffee scrap in your kitchen, let me hit you with some quick tips and things to watch out for, so you can get the best results without any hiccups. First, remember that not all plants are created equal when it comes to coffee grounds. Acid-loving plants like azaleas, blueberries, camellias, and tomatoes will absolutely thrive with a little coffee ground boost. These plants love slightly acidic soil, so the natural acidity of coffee grounds works perfectly for them. But for plants that prefer neutral or alkaline soil, like succulents, herbs such as basil, or houseplants like spider plants, you want to be cautious. Too many coffee grounds can mess with their soil balance and cause problems. So use coffee grounds sparingly with those or skip them altogether. Also, always dry your coffee grounds before storing or mixing them into your soil. Wet grounds left in a container or bag can get moldy or sour, which can harm your plants or cause unpleasant smells. Spread your used coffee grounds out on a tray or newspaper and let them air dry for a day or two before using or saving them for later. Another thing to keep in mind, moderation is key. Coffee grounds are powerful stuff, so don't go crazy piling them on thick. A thin layer or mixing a small amount into your soil or compost will do the trick. Using too much can lead to overly acidic soil or compacted dirt, which can suffocate roots instead of helping them. If you're composting, coffee grounds are like the VIP guests at your compost party. They bring nitrogen to balance out carbon-rich materials like dry leaves or shredded paper. Just make sure to mix everything well to keep your compost pile happy and healthy. And here's a little bonus tip. If you want to keep pests away naturally, sprinkle some dry coffee grounds around the base of your plants. Some gardeners swear it helps deter ants, slugs, and snails without using harsh chemicals. It's worth a try if you're dealing with those pesky critters. Now think about this. Using coffee grounds is not only great for your plants, but also helps reduce waste. Instead of throwing all those grounds in the trash where they'll just rot and create greenhouse gases, you're giving them a second life as plant food. It's a simple, eco-friendly hack that anyone can do. So, to wrap it up, coffee grounds are an easy, free, and natural fertilizer packed with nutrients that your plants love. Use them dried in moderation and match to the right plants, and you'll see your garden thrive like never before. If you like this hack and want more simple plant care tips that won't cost you a dime, hit that like button, subscribe for more green goodness, and drop a comment below telling me how your plants react to coffee grounds. Have you tried this before? Got your own plant hacks? Let's chat! Thanks for hanging out and turning trash into treasure with me today. I'll catch you in the next video. Until then, happy planting and stay green.